Okay, we thought it would be, with the way that things are going in our world today, we thought it would only be right that we start this county fair off with the national anthem. And we've asked Mallory Bingham from Box Elder FFA to sing that for us. So if you would please all rise and remove cover.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, then we're going to open up with our 4-H pledge and our FFA motto. We'll do our FFA motto first. That's going to be Dave Schaefer, our advisor from Bear River FFA.
Good afternoon, everybody. All of our FFA members, stand up. FFA members, Box Elder and Bear River FFA, stand up. I'd like for you to recite with me the FFA motto. I'm going to say it slow so you can remember what it is. You young guys that haven't learned it, because we don't start school until next week, you can fumble through it with us. The FFA motto: learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, living to serve. Thanks, guys. You can sit down. I hope that we can live up to that motto this week. Learn to do to learn.
And if the 4-H members would please stand. We have Garrett Smith with our 4-H Livestock ambassadors, and he will help you recite that.
Alrighty. I pledge my head to clear thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my mind to, my hands to better serve, larger service. I don't know it. My health to better living for my club, my community, my country, and the world. That was awesome.
Okay. We've had a livestock judging contest earlier on in the summer. We had a practice one to begin with, and then we had a livestock judging contest, and we had an awesome turnout for that. And we would like to turn it over to the 4-H ambassadors to go ahead and announce the winners and give them their plaques. And that will be Chloe Stokes.
Okay, our junior team winner was the Broncos. If they'll come get their awards. They're not here. They're not here.
Just keep going.
Oh, it doesn't say.
Okay, our individual was...
Okay, our individual champion was Dax Dallin. Is he not here? Oh, there he is. Congratulations. And then, here's some of our,
Is that junior?
yeah. Okay, wait, no. Team champions? Okay.
You want to announce your name? Tell them your name.
Do you want to announce your name?
Blakely Pugsley.
What's your name?
Winley Beeling. Paisley Eddington.
Our intermediate first place team was the Curlew Critters.
Kaylee Eddington.
Cooper Branch.
Piper Stokes. And then our intermediate individual first place was Molly Canfield. Okay, and then our senior first place team was Curlew Critters A.
Michaela Morris. Shaylee Rose.
Okay. And our senior high individual was Michaela Morris. I think she just took her junior one. Dave keeps calling you next time. Dave Schaefer? Am I good? Yeah. Is that all?
We would like to thank our 2020-2021 ambassadors for helping out with our clinics and putting on these amazing events and for serving you throughout the fair. Let's give our ambassadors a great big round of applause. And remember, after the fair's over, if you're interested in becoming an ambassador, please watch out for those emails that are going to be coming because we'd love for you to be a part of the team. We'd also really like to thank Trudy Smith and Randy. Where's Randy? Randy Smith for being our advisors. Let's give them a big round of applause. All right, now at this time, we're going to turn the time over to our directors. Before we do that, I've been asked by Jan Rhodes, our Fair Board President, to remind everyone, please stay off the golf course and don't be rowdy at the golf course if you go there, okay? But more or less, unless you're there to golf, please stay off the golf course so we can be good neighbors with the golfers. And please remember that only authorized ATVs and golf carts and other things can be driven around the fair. So please, if you're not authorized, please help them to not get into trouble by having you being running around on your golf carts or ATVs, okay? And don't cross the yellow tape out there to the golf course, okay? So pretty much just don't get on the golf course and don't drive things you shouldn't. Are we okay with that? All right. I'm now going to turn the time over to our amazing directors. Jan Rhodes, I don't think is here. She's helping us. But Jan Rhodes is our Fair Board President, and her crew make everything happen while we're here. The pen set up, the fairgrounds looking so nice, everything coming together. So let's give Jan a great big round of applause so loud that she can hear it wherever she is. And her crew. And if you see them, guys, please make sure you tell them thanks for all they do. And that being said, we're quite short-handed this year at the fair. You guys have probably seen the emails come out. But if you happen to be walking around the fairgrounds and you see a big garbage can that's full of garbage, will you guys do us a favor and take it and just pull the lining out, tie it off? There should be a bunch of garbage sacks near that. Just put it back in. You can leave the garbage sack next to the garbage can, but that'll help us to keep the fairgrounds clean and not have garbage go all over. I'm really happy to introduce our directors. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, but as they come out here, these are the directors that serve on the executive board. They're the ones that put everything together. Them and their committees make our shows happen. They make everything possible, and they meet all year long to make this fair the greatest fair and greatest livestock show that's there possible. I'm really, really grateful to them, and I hope you'll join in and a big round of applause with me for them for all that they do. We'll turn the time over to them. Thank you.
Well, I'm Marlon Bingham, and I'm the director over the sheep. We just barely got through weighing them all in. A lot of lambs, good lambs from top to bottom. I'm pretty impressed with all the kids in the feeding we've done this summer, especially considering the heat and everything. I just want to remind you all that it's crowded still. Especially be mindful if you're in a pen with somebody else, then maybe the lamb's not eating the same thing as yours. So be real careful about how you feed, and be careful about how much feed you leave and where you leave it, so that the lamb can't stick its head through the panel and get into your bucket of feed. And keep your stuff clean, as good as you can. Be neighborly, helpful, okay? Makes everything go really well, and everybody will be happy. Above all, have a good time at the fair this year.
I'm Jeff Kent. I'm the director over the hogs. We're so glad that you guys could come out and participate. We appreciate you coming, taking the time during the summer to work on your animals and bringing them here. We hope you have a good time. Please make sure in the hog barns that you keep your pens clean so the smell is down. You guys have some impressive animals to show off, and so we want to put our best foot forward and make sure that people that come and look at them are impressed with what you've done, because you guys have done a great job. We ended up with 209 animals. We're doing fitting and showmanship tonight at 8 instead of Thursday after the show. So if you guys that want to participate in that will remember that. And then we start the show at 7 on Thursday. But again, thank you so much for coming, and we hope you have a good time. If you have a concern, a question, please come see one of us so that we can answer that question and hopefully make it a positive experience for you. Thank you so much.
I'm Rio Ramsdale. I'm not the director, but here representing the director. He's busy, but Richie is. But first of all, it's dang good to see all the faces here live and everybody out. This is what it's all about. It's pretty cool. But a few things along with the beef here in the barn. We're stacked in here pretty good, but it's comfortable. If you're penned up with somebody else in your pen that you're not familiar with, and I'll echo kind of like Marlon says, you know, watch your feed and stuff, and try to coordinate your feeding times, because they'll try to get in each other's feed, which could be a problem. I highly recommend that they're fed and watered religiously and continually, and would ask that all project boys and girls, even after the sale and everything's up and the fair's winding down, that you give them their last dinner and stuff before you leave. And above all, we're here to have fun, here to help each other out. You know, it's a great community, great county to help each other out. So foremost, utmost, have fun and enjoy yourself. Thank you. The fitting and showing. There'll be fitting and showing for the beef. There'll be a paper on the east and south wall for sign up. So we'll post them up there and get your names signed up. That's Friday. We're having the fitting and showing, so be time to get signed up in the 3 age groups. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chris Bynes. I'm over the beef breeding heifer show. If any of you have heifers that you've brought, we're going to be over. You can see kind of a red curtain back there. We're on the east wall over there. Come see us. You'll need to get signed up. You'll fill out a form for us. Make sure you do that so that we have you ready. The show starts tomorrow. That's Wednesday at 4 o'clock. We do, with the breeding heifer show, we also do a showmanship. That is separate. It's the same show, but it's separate as well. So make sure that you sign up for that. Additionally, is if you have a beef heifer in the bucket calf show, you're also eligible to show that tomorrow evening at 4 as well in the heifer show. Now, the reason we do that is that the following year, if you bring that heifer back again as a yearling and show it at the heifer show, there's an added, what we call a futurity premium that we pay out for those kids that bring those back the second year. And so it's an incentive to do that and bring them back. And so come and see us. We'll get you signed up. And we hope everybody has a good show.
Hi, I'm Brittany Fonsbeck. I'm your bucket calf director. Our bucket calf show will be tomorrow, or no, not tomorrow. Sorry, I'm thinking it's Wednesday. It'll be Thursday at 3 o'clock. We have 5 classes. We ended up with around 50 bucket calves. It's judged on beef guidelines on fitting and show. And this year we're gonna have a new thing. We're gonna bring in the Grand and Reserve from each class for an overall bucket calf winner, and we have buckles for them. We're all excited to be here at the fair and work on keeping your pens clean, because we give away a display for the best area and best display and best clean pen, and be respectful of your neighbors while you're in the pen. And for the show tomorrow, all exhibitors are required to wear white shirts with a collar, and then if you're in 4-H or FFA, make sure you wear your appropriate jacket or 4-H patch. And if you guys have any questions, you can come find me or my assistant, Tiffany Earl.
Okay, I started it off, now I'm going to end it. I'm Trudy Smith with the Market Goats. We're excited. This year we had a 96% growth in the Market Goat program. We've been really excited about that and look to see more growth for next year. I guess the only things you really need to look for, and I think most of my goat kids are out prepping. Keep your pens clean, watch and make sure each and everybody's goats are eating your own feed. Come up with your schedules with your mixed pens and make sure somebody else's goat isn't eating your feed. And if you are a family of goats, I'm gonna go ahead and excuse you. We're gonna start lining up class 1, actually right now, if that's okay. I don't really have anything else. We're excited to start the county fair off with the Market Goat Show. And I'm gonna turn the time back over to Josh.
All right, just to remember everybody, we've got our BEJL website that Jessica Adams, our show secretary, is taking care of. Let's give Jessica a big round of applause. She's working behind the scenes doing a ton of stuff, and she does that all year. We've got Connie Getz, who's also our livestock auction secretary. I want you guys to make sure to tell her thank you as well. But make sure to check on that BEJL website. Your class lists are going to be posted there as soon as the directors and us meet together and break those out. So you'll find that on that BEJL website. You're also going to find the link to our live stream from Bearver Live, so you'll be able to watch the shows and share that with everybody. Please remind the buyers that you have coming to buy and boost you that they can now go online to bejlauction.com and register for their buyer number or register to be able to bid. I think that's all that we have, other than we do have some ice cream that's down here for our exhibitors. If you guys would like to come down and grab a cup of ice cream, please make sure it gets thrown in the garbage. Good luck with your guys' shows and your projects, and let's get started with the Box Elder County Junior Livestock Show and the Goats. Let's give everybody a round of applause one more time.
Hi, I'm Rhett Nielsen with Western Ag Credit in Tremont. When it comes to farming and ranching, it makes sense to work with a lender that understands financing in agriculture. Western Ag Credit specializes in agriculture and offers competitive rates with loans tailored to meet your business needs. Real estate, livestock, equipment, and operating loans are available. Conveniently located on Main Street in Tremont. Stop by today or give us a call, 435-257-0179. Western Ag Credit is your partner in agriculture.
A little over 10,000 years ago, mankind first domesticated cattle. At this exact same time, cattle domesticated us. They give us their milk, their meat, their hides. We give them sustenance and care. And while they may live in pens and fields, farmers and ranchers are just as tied to the land. Our two species have worked together and taken care of each other for centuries. Our relationship is ancient and deep. The bond between us is not a yoke, it's a commitment. A 10,000-year-old promise to provide for our cattle as they provide for us. Zoetis is born of that bond. We are today's advanced answer to that ancient pact. Every minute of every hour, in countless ways, we help make the bond stronger, healthier, more robust. We help make it unbreakable. We are humankind for cattle kind. We are born of the bond.
Lincoln Financial specializes in estate, investment, and retirement planning, as well as business benefits. At Lincoln, they are totally impartial, comb through different options to create financial products a person needs. Lincoln Financial, big city service, small town care.
Okay, it's me again. We're going to go ahead and start with our 2021 Market Goat Show with Class 1. So Class 1 consisted of Autumn Thornley, Jace Borgres, Crimson Reese, Jackson Worthen, Kydri Reese, Jasper Baldwin, Elizabeth Firth, and Marie Thompson.
Well, good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here, and you'll be hearing a lot of my voice all week. So by the end of Friday night, you'll either be happy that I was here or sorry that I was here. But I'll do my best. I'll tell you the way I see stuff, and we'll kind of get through it at a pretty quick pace and get everyone home. We start in Class 1 in the market goats. I think the young lady with the green bow, she needs to win, and she needs to win quick, in my opinion. You study that goat in terms of his base width. That's the widest constructed one. That's the roundest about his body shape. He's easily the most expressive. When you lay your hands on that one, he's the biggest and squarest to the edge of his loin. He's not the freakiest in terms of his build from the side. He's a little thicker about his neck and a little rounder about the base of his shoulder. Not just real giddy about that, but shoulder back. That one needs to win, and he needs to win quick. The one in second probably has the advantage in terms of spread and just mass up high. He comes wider out of his pin set, and he's bigger in terms of his rear feet. But at the same time, you get your hands on that one, he becomes too plain the way his shape's laid into him behind his shoulder. His loin lays in just a nickel round. Kick him in gear. That one's got a little extra set to his hip and hind leg and wants to disconnect right behind his shoulder. A nice one in 2. The one in 3 gets so because of the rest of them, that's the best built, or the closest the way I like them built. That goat, that doe kid's the most up fronted. She's laid in the best about her shoulders. She's got the most attractive hip and hind leg. You step to the 3/4 shot, you got to ask yourself, is there enough turn to the upper part of that one's rib? Is there enough pin width and enough horsepower? I didn't think so. She lands in 3. The one in 4, a real good built goat, just needs to be a notch stouter. It needs more width down low. 5, 6, 7, and 8. We got good goats that are good in terms of their feet and legs. We just need to see them wider constructed and bolder bodied, notch more muscle as well. A great class. My compliments on the exhibitors around ringside. Let's give them a nice round of applause as they head back.
Okay, I got going with this and totally forgot to announce. Our judge today is Preston Lawrence. He's from Canyon, Texas. I'm trying to think if I'm going to have him go ahead and he's a livestock judging coach at West Texas A&M there in Texas. I'm going to have him tell you just a little bit about himself. I tried to find it on my email here, and I could not find it.
Well, good afternoon. Yes, my name is Preston Lawrence. I'm the livestock judging coach at West Texas A&M, and I help kind of run our ranch. I originally grew up on a cow-calf operation in northern Texas, about 45 miles north of Dallas. I went to South Plains Junior College in Levelland. My bachelor's degree is in applied economics from Texas Tech, and I'm working on my master's in ag business. Looking forward to being here. I'm excited about the opportunity as we get going later on today.
Give Preston a big round of applause. It's going to be a big week for him. We're going to go ahead and have Class 2 come on in, and I'm going to turn the microphone over to Allie now.
All right, our market goat Class 2 consists of Haley Branch, London Bishop, Valerie Skidmore, Kaylin Scott, Kate Schaefer, Ellie Thompson, Meadow Thornley, and Courtney Burton. Again, this is Class 2. We just want to remind the star choices, if you got first or second place in your class, to hang close. We will be having our lightweight division championship after class 3. So if you get first or second place in classes 1, 2, or 3, hang out close so you are ready for the lightweight division championship. Thank you.
Well, a nice class. Here in class 2 of the goats, I'll be honest, the decision was between 2 and 3 from the minute they hit the ring. The one that wins does so, and he wins fairly quickly. Get that guy and catch him from a 3/4 shot. He's easily the most opened up in his chest. He's easily the boldest about his body shape. He comes back extremely powerful from when you get right behind him. I'll tell you right now, he needs to probably just have more depth to his twist. That goat needs to handle just a notch fresher when you lay your hands on him. He's a little bit thicker about his hide, and it kind of turns off his shape just a little bit, but a nice goat. You start studying facts, there's the most facts to start that one. The decision, like we talked about, is in 2 and 3. You'll notice if you're around all week that I'm going to edge to the better looking, taller fronted, more extended one that's better in terms of his feet and legs. That's what we do here. The goat on second, that's easily the tallest fronted one we've got today. That's easily the soundest constructed one. He actually handles pretty firm when you put your hands on him. I'll be the first to tell you that one's too flat at the base of his body. He closes too much to his pin set, plays out to his stifle, but that's the better looking one of the pair. If you like muscle and you want to close your eyes and lay your hands on one, go handle the young lady's goat in 3. That's easily the freshest shaped one. That's the best to the edge of his loin. He's the squarest in terms of his shape from behind. From the side, the deepest part of him becomes his chest plate. He gets a little tighter in terms of his center spine and wants to just roll out of his hip too much for me. You kick him in gear. That one studies just a little vertical the way his hock's built as well. The 1 and 4 is probably the more athletic one of that comparative pair right there. He's actually the better, or he's better looking. He stays more collected in his top line. For me, I didn't know if there was enough pride at the base of that one's skeleton. There's enough openness to that one's pin set and just muscle shape to beat the 1 and 3. He lands in 4. Same can be said about the goat in 5. That's a good looking one when you study him from the side. He balances, he's sound. That one just needs to be more opened up down low, just creased up in terms of his shape. Down here in 6 and 7, we've got massive goats that need to be shapelier, notch better looking one that rounds out the class. That one's a good looking one, just needs more muscle. A nice class. My compliments to the exhibitors. Let's give them a nice round of applause.
Coming back from class 2 will be Kate Schaefer and Courtney Burton. Welcoming in class 3, Bryson Rhodes, Chloe Capner, Ethan Thornley, Brooklyn Rhodes, Madison Brager, Turner Thompson, Abby Lutz, and Bella Marble. We need to have Crimson Reese, Jackson Worthen, Kate Schaefer, and Courtney Burton ready to line up for the lightweight division championship. Again, Crimson Reese, Jackson Worthen, Kate Schaefer, and Courtney Burton. Thank you.
One more quick thing is I want to take 2 seconds to thank my Market Goat Committee. Allie Smith-Huggins, that's a hard one for me still. Gene Stevens and Stetson Summers for all the time and effort that they help me putting this together, and everybody else behind the scenes. Can you give them a round of applause as well, please?
Well, a nice class. When next class comes in, I think the young lady's goat that leads off. I like that one pretty good. That one's presented to a T. He's fitted up. That one's got big feet, and he's got a big stout forearm reading through his skull. There's just lots of horsepower and openness to that one's skeleton. You lay your hands on that one. He's easily the boldest and most upstanding the way his rack's built. He's the widest to the edge of his loin out here. Get him from the side. I still think that goat makes a lot of sense. Yeah, if we're getting nitpicky, we could flare his stifle out and just make him balance. We could pick him up in his tail set, just lay his jumpers in just a little bit better. But I think that goat's pretty good. My compliments to that young lady and her family on a job well done. The one in second, another one that's really opened up down low in terms of his chest. He's big and bold to the center portion of his body. That one's the most massively muscled we've seen so far today. But you got to ask yourself, is that one muscle, or is he just got a little condition working in the base of his forerib? He's a little pudgier when you lay your hands on him. He's got to be fresher in terms of his shape. We got to stand him up on bigger tree trunks to make him balance from the side when he gets in motion. He's built just a little bit low the way his shoulders attached. The one in third, totally different story. That one's picked up off the ground, up and out and wild looking. He's better in the shape to his shoulder. He's better in the way his hip and hind legs constructed couldn't in motion. I just couldn't convince myself. You stack those two right up top in front of that one. That one needs to be more opened up down low. He needs to be wider out of his pin set. He needs to be more expressive in the way his muscles laid on him. A nice built goat to land in three. The one in 4 and 5, if you were ringside want to flip those, I probably wouldn't argue with you much. I went with the wider bodied, better handling 1 and 4. I know he's just built a little bit funky the way his shoulders designed. When he gets in motion, he kind of wants to do the Cupid shuffle out of his hind leg. The 1 and 5 is probably the better looking one, but that one just closes too much to the center portion of his body. Study that one from behind. He needs to be bigger and broader out of his pin set. Needs to be bigger and wider down low in terms of the stoutness to his feet. On down the line, we got some good looking goats right here that just need a little bit more muscle. They're sound. They're presented really well. Kids do a nice job showing. Let's give them a nice round of applause and we'll get you division champion here in a second.
Coming back from Class 3 will be Abby Lutz and Bella Marble. And we're going to lead into our lightweight division championship drive. Okay, we're ready to start our lightweight division championship. Our lightweight division championships are from Class 1, Crimson Reese and Jackson Worthen. From Class 2, Kate Schaefer and Courtney Burton. And Class 3, Abby Lutz and Bella Marble.
man, if the lightweight division bodes the same quality we're going to have all the way through, it's going to be an awfully fun evening. For me, I think it's close between a couple of them. I just get out here and try to figure out which one hits me the hardest when they hit the ring. I'm an impressions guy. It takes me about 10 seconds to figure out if I like you or I don't. The one that hits me the hardest as we get out here, let's congratulate that young lady with the lightweight. She'll be your champion.
Congratulations to Crimson Reese, our lightweight division champion.
We dropped that second in, and like we talked about in class, a good balanced goat. The one that beat him just had a notch more shape and just roundness to the center portion of his body and full rib shape. I think it's close for reserve between the young lady that wins class 2 and the young lady that wins class 3. Sure, they're all different, and we have different opinions the way we like them. For me, I think there's one that's just better in terms of the shape behind his shoulder. He comes wider and squarer out to his pin set. Congratulate the young lady out of class 3. She'll be your reserve in this particular division.
Congratulations to Abby Lutz, our reserve champion, lightweight division champion. All right, now we're bringing in class 4. This class consists of Gentry Cephalo, Shelby Hinkle, Lacey John, David Burgess, Kaiden Cephalo, Kale Christensen, Madison Grover, and Rustin Thornley. We just want to take a quick second to thank our 2021 Market Goat sponsors. We wouldn't be able to have this many buckles and banners and prizes for all of these awesome kids without the help of our sponsors. Our sponsors this year are Jessica Adams, Melissa Branch, Quarter Circle 2 Livestock, Dee's Mobile Mechanic, Val and Jeanette Skidmore, McFarland Photography, Schaefer Goat Ranch, G Hanging S Livestock, Double S Show Goats, Joe Summers, Braden, Allie, and Briley Huggins, Munn's Family, Doug and Susie Lish, and Mark and Alicia Porritt. If we could give them all a round of applause to thank them and show them our appreciation.
Well, I think these top 4 in this particular class, it's kind of like a very hard judging class. I think you can cut it 1, 1, and 1 and justify it any way you want to place them wherever you lay your priorities. For me, I have the most facts with the one that leads off, the spot-necked one. I think that one from his shoulder back, I like him the best. I think that one's the roundest in his forerib shape. That one's the most opened up and has the most body width. Put your hands on that one. He still spans the widest over his loin. He's easily the most powerful from behind of the top 4. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, that one's shoulder blade isn't built near good enough. That one's rounder the way his blade's built. He's lower fronted. He's a little vertical the way his hock's built. But I didn't think that led him to get beat today because he's just so good at the center portion of his body. He's so good when you put your hands on that one. Nice one to win. The one in second, he hits the ring. He's fighting the young lady just a little bit. My compliments to her for sticking with it. It says a lot about her character and her hard work. We get that one propped up. He's the cooler looking one at that top pair. That one's better the way his shoulder blade's laid into him. He's shorter bladed. He's more up fronted. That one handles really well. He's so firm and so presented to a T. That one's loins maybe just built a little bit round. I think he comes back narrower to his pin set. He wants to play out right there to the seam of his twist. A nice goat. Not real convinced how those top 2 need to go. For me, I just thought there was more facts in the paint shouldered one. The one in 3, he's the different one of the top 3, and that was interesting for me to put together because I think this one's a really nice balanced, really organized goat. That's awesome in terms of his skeleton out here. It's just where does he fit in terms of rib shape and pin width and overall muscle. I thought he ranked probably 5th in terms of that. I ran him as high as I could to 3rd. But young lady, you're going to get beat by 2 ones that have a little more muscle. The one in 4, like we talked about, another good balanced one, but we just lay our hands on that one. He's a little softer. He's a little plainer in his muscle texture. He runs out of horsepower when you get right behind him. A nice balanced one to be in 4. The red goat in 5, built at a different speed in terms of his look and extension up front. Love his top line and how it stays together when he's in motion. He needs to stand on bigger feet down low. He needs to get more manlier in terms of his rib cage and out of his pin set. He's in 5 because I like that one's skeleton a lot. 6 and 7, I thought we had nice goats in terms of structure and look. The 1 and 8, we just need to power them up just a little bit. A good class. Let's give these kiddos a nice round of applause. Interesting class to put together, in my opinion.
Coming back for our medium weight championship division is going to be Gentry Cephalo and Shelby Hinkle. And Capri Capner.
Well, a nice goat that leads off this particular class that the young lady up front has. That's probably the closest one we've seen so far in terms of being built in an athletic skeleton that's still got muscle and power. I like that one, shoulder blade. I like his neck set. Look right there around ringside. That one's hip and hind legs design is awfully good. He's not the biggest footed creature I've ever seen. He's not the biggest pinned one I've ever seen. But after that, you got to try to knock a major hole in that one's build, the way that one handles and that one's spread. He needs to win, in my opinion. Between 2 and 3, it's close because I think both of them need to be picked up off the ground. They need to be shallower and more athletic in the way their body lines, or their belly lines laid into them. For me, there's just more turn to the upper part of the 1 and 2nd's rib. He's bigger and wider up high. He comes squarer to the edge of his loin than the 1 and 3rd. Maybe the 1 and 3rd is a little tidier up front. He's a little more shapely in his muscle, but he's not opened up enough. He's not as stout and he's not as wide when you get down and study the base of that one's skeleton. The 1 and 4, a nice balanced pretty goat from the side. He just becomes just a little more average in the way he handles his shape and his touch. He's a little frailer the way his bone built into him. She needs to have more stifle shape and turn from behind. The 1 and 5 is probably heavier muscled. He's probably bolder. He's not as good looking as the 1 and 4. He's a little deeper and coarser the way his shoulders built, a little thicker about his neck and looser in his skin, but he's definitely heavier muscle than the 1 and 4. 1 and 5, 6 and 7, we got good goats that are balanced and good structured. We just need a little more shape. They need to be crisp up in their shape and just powered up from behind. A nice class, a really good one that needs to lead off in my mind. Let's give them a nice round of applause as they head on out the door.
Congratulations to Class 5. Coming back from Class 5 is Briley Howe and Kason John. And now we're ready to bring in Class 6. Class 6 is going to consist of Cooper Branch, Kendra Swallow, Cash Baldwin, Brooklyn Bishop, Cutler John, Blakely Munns, Waylon Porritt, and Grayson Swallow. After this class, we will have our middleweight division championship. So if you took first or second in classes 4, 5, or 6, please come line up. Again, if you took first or second in classes 4, 5, or 6. Thank you. If you took first or second in classes 4 and 5, please come line up and get ready for the medium weight division championship. If you took first or second in classes 4 and 5, come line up. Thank you.
Well, I wish we could take pieces to all three goats that are in the top three and put them together and make one real good goat. And I think that would be tough to take parts and pieces of each one. We get out here, though. I just think the one that leads off, I'll tell you, he's a little easy the way his shoulder or his top line comes together. He's a little shorter the way his neck is, and he's not just the biggest footed one, but I think that one, you step in front of that one and study just true chest width, has the most. That one's the boldest the way his body's built into him. He's the widest and most expressive over his rack. Pretty square right there to the edge of his loin, and you get right behind him, he just overwhelms the rest of them in this particular class in terms of muscle and just mass. I wish he was a notch better looking. I think he's just the heaviest muscled. Facts say we need to start that one. Emotionally, I want to start the one in second because I like this one's build. Hands down, that young man does the best showmanship job we've got in this particular class. That goat goes to the top because that one parks up, and he's got a nice silhouette. He's got a nice shoulder and a short shoulder laid into him. He's got the best hip and hind leg laid into him when we get in motion. He's shapely the way his muscles built into him. He's just not as wide and not as robust and not as just massive in his muscle of the ones that wins. But I'm really drawn to that one because I like his athletic build and I like his shape. I just didn't think when we get in comparative note, he didn't have enough to beat that one above. The one in third, I like this one when he hits the ring. He's in the top three because that's a wide-made, bold goat, but he just gets a little plainer in his shape. He gets a little closer to average the way he's constructed in his organization of skeleton. He gets a little extra set to his hip and hind leg when he gets in motion. The one in four, she gets in four because that one's got true shape out of the back side of his shoulder. He's really expressive out here. For me, he's quote-unquote a little greener in the way his bottom line's constructed. He's a little deeper up front, wants to cinch back to his flank. I'd like to see him stand on bigger feet and bigger bones to just help him balance up. On down the line, I think we got some nice goats that could benefit with just a little more time on feet and just muscle them up a little bit. Let's give them a nice round of applause. Interesting class to put together.
Congratulations to Blakely Munns and Cooper Branch. They will be coming back for our middleweight division championship, which is going to happen right now. Okay, we are now bringing in our middleweight division championship drive. This middleweight championship drive consists of Gentry Cephalo, Shelby Hinkle, Briley Howe, Kaysen John, Blakely Munns, and Cooper Branch.
a nice middleweight drive. I think we had some tough calls in those particular classes, and I think we get them back out here. They're not just come together just beautiful in the way they're put together. I think there's some differences between them. Most of the time we like judges to just mirror each other all the way through. I thought that division was just probably a little bit tougher to put together. We had to sacrifice some things to get some ones with muscle. I think we get back out here. There's a pair of them that need to stick together, in my opinion. I think they're great built. I think they're athletic. I think they have more than enough muscle. I'll set the microphone down. I'll get you a champion in reserve in this particular division. Let's give these kiddos in the middleweight division a nice round of applause.
Congratulations to your middleweight division championship, Briley Howe, grand champion. And your middleweight reserve champion is Blakely Munns. Congratulations to all of our championship winners. All right, we're ready to bring in class number 7. This class consists of Brinley Baldwin, Taya Burgess, Wyatt Hawks, Gemma Marble, Bradley Munns, Riley Topham, Maisie Fonsbeck, and Anna Hales.
nice class as we step into some heavier weights. And I think at this stage in the game, we're fighting some maturity. We're fighting they're getting just a little bit plainer in their muscle. Different story about this one that wins. I think compliment the young man and his family. I thought they did a nice job presenting this one. This one's got a real good shape behind his rack. He's really wide and crisp right there to the edge of his loin. Unquestionably, every adjective you want to put in front of him, he's the heaviest muscled one from behind. He still balances like a show goat should from the side. I'm not telling you he's electric or just awesome from the side. I think everything fits together on that one. My compliments to the young man. The one in second, this is the electric one from the side. That is a tall fronted, clean chested, smooth shouldered one with an awesome hip and hind leg when it gets in motion. There ain't enough there today, guys. There ain't enough just spread down low and width and just power to beat the one above him. Lands in 2. The ones 3, 4, and 5 are heavier muscle than the 1 and 2. The 1 and 2 is just by some margin better built in my opinion. The 1 and 3, he's definitely bolder and boxier right there in the center portion of his body. He becomes more massive and wider from behind. He too's a little bit rounder the way his shoulders built. His chest is wanting to drop out of him. He disconnects right behind his shoulder. Gets a little shorter the way his hip design's built as well. The 1 and 4 is tough for me to read. When he hits the ring, I didn't know where to put him. And then from the side, he's nothing I want to just change a whole bunch. He balances relatively well. I get different views of that one. When I lay my hands on him to start, that one's fresh and shapely and just real good. The longer we go, he starts to plane out in his shape just a little bit. He starts to narrow back to his pin set and play out from beside. Interesting goat to be in 4. The 1 and 5, young lady does an awesome job presenting this one. He's always got a real good look, always got a fresh, hard handle when I get my hands on him. At the same time, he gets just a little lower the way his shoulders built. He gets a little general the way his hip and hind legs constructed. He's not as powerful from behind as any of the ones that go above him. What lands him in 5. On down the line, thought we had some nice goats that were sound and comfortable. Just needs more muscle and just needs more skeletal width throughout. A good class, really nice on the top end. Let's congratulate these kiddos on a job well done.
Congratulations to our Class 7 winners, Bradley Munns and Wyatt Hawks. All right, we're ready to bring in market class number 8. Class number 8 consists of Skylie Montgomery, Madison Littlefield, Oakley Burton, Jandy Cephalo, Drew King, Braxton Richens, Reed Burgess, Logan Cephalo, and Emmy Howe. Again, this is class number 8.
Well, the deepest class we've had so far today. I think the top 4 in this one are relatively good, and I think we get comparative out here. I still think there's one that needs to win, and that's the young lady that leads off. I like this goat's organization, his skeleton, and his build, and his look from the side. I think he makes a lot of sense. That one's still relatively bold and wide-bodied and really powerful from behind. He's a little shorter hipped. He's a little rounder the way his tail sits in him. But I'm okay with that because he needs to win because there's just more of him, and he still balances really well. The one in second's probably the roundest to the base of his body shape. He's easily the freshest and most expressive in his shape out here. For me, that one becomes too general in the way he's built from the side. He wants to run downhill to his chest, cinch back to his flank in motion. He wants to hammer his hind leg just a little too much for me. I like to lay him back in the way his knee's constructed as well. The one in third, I tried to make a case to put this one second. I worked really hard, young lady. I'm sorry, you're going to land in third. That one's built really good from the side. That's a tall-fronted, athletic, youthful-bodied one that's extremely shapely in his muscle. For me, that one cuts up a little too much to the seam of his twist. Lay your hands on him. He's just a nickel planer in his shape. For me, I like to stand him a notch bigger in terms of his feet as well. But right there, it's hard not to like that one, and the young lady does a really nice job. The one in 4, that's a wide, moderate, big body type of doe that's really good constructed. Young lady does a great job as well. She just becomes a little plainer the way her muscle lays onto her skeleton, just a little more general, the way she utilizes her hip and hind leg when she gets out here. On down the line, I thought we had some nice goats. Right here, 5 and 6, wide power goats just need to be a notch better built. Good structured, good looking ones just need a little more muscle and then a little more wit throughout. Nice class, nice on the top end. Let's give them a nice round of applause as they head on out.
Congratulations to our Class 8 winners, Emmy Howe and Skylie Montgomery. Remember, if you took first or second in classes 7 and 8, stay close because we will be doing our heavyweight division championship here in just a minute. Again, if you took first or second in classes 7 and 8, stay close. Thank you. We're ready to bring in our final class of market goats. It's going to be class number 9, consisting of Kimmy King, Bryant Larson, Gus Munns, Haven Rhodes, Jandy Hawks, McCarty Larson, Madison Branch, Dominic Cephalo, and Brinley Rhodes. Again, this is our final class of market goats, class 9, and it will be followed by our heavyweight division championship. If you took first or second in classes 7 and 8, please come line up. If you took first or second in classes 7 and 8, please come line up at the gate. Thank you.
Well, a nice heavyweight class, and we get out here, I think it's pretty quickly. The two that come to the top do so very quickly, and then it's a decision where you want to lay your priorities. For me, I think there's a better balance, massive, better handling one in terms of mass than the young lady that leads off this particular class. I think a nice balance go from the side. I like this one's organization of skeleton, like this one's build when he's in motion. Can't get the best drive out of him. I don't know if he wants to fight her just a little bit, but I like that one's just build and presence out here. The one in second, a nice looking goat that's got a real good shape behind his rack. I love just the expression he has through his stifle. You can see it ringside, the shape he's got. For me, that one's just get a little bit longer the way his blade's built. He's a little bit tighter the way his spine's constructed in him. Just gets a nickel shorter out of his hip. Consequently, puts his hock in the ground just a little bit straight for me. But a nice goat. The young lady does an excellent job with there in 2. The ones in 3 and 4 kind of mirror each other. I elected to go with the 1 and 3 that's just a notch more ready to go in terms of his handle and mass. Thought the young lady in 4 does a really good job presenting this goat. Just doesn't have the shape and expression up high and width down low to run with above him. The 1 in 5, a really good, shapely, expressive, high cut ability type of goat. Just needs to be smoother from the side and a notch better balance. On down the line, we got some good structured ones that just need a little more pry and just width throughout, but a nice class as we round up our heavyweight division. We'll get you a champion here in a second, but before that, let's give these kids a nice round of applause.
Congratulations to Kimmy King and Haven Rhodes. They will be coming back for our heavyweight division championship. We're now ready for our heavyweight division championship. It's going to consist of Bradley Munns, Wyatt Hawks, Emmy Howe, Skylie Montgomery, Kimmy King, and Haven Rhodes.
Okay, where's our...
We're going to get ready to line up for our overall Grand and Reserve. So I need Crimson Reese, Abby Lutz, Briley Howe, and Blakely Munns to please come to the gate. Again, Crimson Reese, Abby Lutz, Briley Howe, and Blakely Munns. Senior Showman, Class 1, please be getting ready. You will be lining up after our overall championship drive. Senior Showmanship, Classes 1 and possibly 2 if you're feeling like it.
we get out here in our heavyweight division, I think I'm pleased with where we're at. I think they're goats that are they're wide constructed and bold, and after that, they're as good looking as we can make them. They're balanced, they're proportional type of animals that handle really well. I think there's a couple of them that hit me pretty hard, and they're kind of right up my alley the way I like them. I think there's one young kiddo that's going to get left out today, but I think it's a high quality one, just doesn't have the parts and pieces today for me. I'll set the microphone down. We'll get you a champion and reserve in this particular division. Let's give all the GOAT exhibitors in this particular division a nice round of applause.
Your heavyweight division champion is Bradley Munns. And your reserve champion is Emmy Howe. Let's give a round of applause for all of our division weight champions and all of our market goat showmen. They did a great job. All right, we are bringing in our overall grand and reserve. This is going to be our winners from all of our heavyweight, medium weight, and lightweight divisions. Our lightweight division winner was Crimson Reese, and our reserve champion was Abby Lutz. Our medium weight division champ was Briley Howe and Blakely Munns. And our heavyweight division champion was Bradley Munns with reserve Emmy Howe.
Well, the GOAT show has certainly been fun, and I think there was lots of quality all the way deep through the classes. Thought the kids did a really nice job. We kind of moved at a pretty efficient pace. Doesn't take long. Just figure out which ones you like, and then just let's go talk about them. And I think that's lots of fun. We get them back out here. I think there's some differences in the way we're constructed. We'll go back through them and just tell you the things I see. Then we'll get you a champion, young ladies lightweight. I think that one's bulletproof, guys. I like that one from his shoulder all the way through. That one's a balanced, proportional goat. That's very good. The way his shoulder's constructed, he opens into probably the roundest bodied pound for pound we've got out here. He's wide and powerful. That one's just very nice. Question is he big enough? That's the only question that's going in my mind. The second, or the reserve out of that particular division, a little more up and out, if you will, a little shapelier, a little more expressive, just doesn't quite put it together from the side like the young ladies lightweight that won that particular division. The young ladies middleweight champion from ringside, I'm glad he has lots of fans. That one balances so well. He's so sleek and slender the way his neck's built. He's so attractive in his hip and hind leg. That thing's shapely as all get out. He's probably got the squarest and most crisp loin edge that we've got out here. You just step right here and ask yourself, man, does that one just have enough man and horsepower from behind to go ahead and win this thing and never question it and roll with it? That's what's going on in my head. You got the reserve in that particular division. It's a different story. That one is wide constructed. That one is bold-bodied. That one is stout and rugged in the way he's put together. With that, we got some problems the way his coarseness of his shoulder lays in. He wants to disconnect in his top line, get a little shorter out of his hip. Not his hind leg is not as attractive as the one that wins. Then you got the heavyweight. I think this one's just a nice goat. Is he electric from the side? No, but he makes sense. That's a good-bodied, heavy-muscled, wide one. Still balances okay. He wants to disconnect behind his shoulder a little bit. He fights the young man when he hits the ring, and I don't just get the greatest look at him in motion, but I like that one a good deal. Young ladies reserve in that particular breed or drive. That one's good looking and really massive in his muscle, just not as shapely, not as robust to the upper part of that one's rib. Lots of questions go on. Like we talked about when we initially started the day, I'm an impressions guy. I think there's one that's awfully nice. He might be the littlest and nice, but he's the best in my eyes. Let's give him a nice round of applause. Young ladies lightweight will be the champion. We dropped the second place in, and like we talked about, that one's really good. For me, I think the second best one's the one that's the absolute built the best and's built like an athlete. Congratulate the young ladies middleweight. She'll be reserved.
Congratulations, our overall grand champion goat is Crimson Reese. And our overall grand champion market goat is Briley Howe, reserve champion. Congratulations, girls. Congratulations to all of our division winners and all of the kids showing. Let's give them all a round of applause, please. There is a little boy under the bleachers. His name is Grayson. He is 3 years old and he is missing his parents. A little boy under the bleachers. His name is Grayson, 3 years old. He's missing his parents. Okay, senior showmanship class 1. Get ready to line up. We're going to take pictures of our overall and our division winners, and then we will get into senior showmanship. Senior Showmanship Class 1, Madison Brager, Ellie Thompson, Jandy Hawks, Courtney Burton, Brooklyn.
Whether you are purchasing a car, buying a home, managing an investment property, starting a small business, or leaving behind a legacy, American Family Insurance will help you protect your dream. Golden Spike Power Sports has served Box Elder County since 1947 in ag and power sports. Golden Spike carries Polaris and Honda brands, but services all brands. They strive to maintain high-quality customer service in all departments. Stop by today. Roach Ranches supports the people that support them and the fantastic youth of the Valley. Thank you for over 60 years in business, quality seed stocking, gravel, and hunting.
Hi, I'm Rhett Nielsen with Western Ag Credit in Tremont. When it comes to farming and ranching, it makes sense to work with a lender that understands financing and agriculture. Western Ag Credit specializes in agriculture and offers competitive rates with loans tailored to meet your business needs. Real estate, livestock, equipment, and operating loans are available. Conveniently located on Main Street in Tremont. Stop by today or give us a call, 435-257-0179. Western Ag Credit is your partner in agriculture.
A little over 10,000 years ago, mankind first domesticated cattle. At this exact same time, cattle domesticated us. They give us their milk, their meat, their hides. We give them sustenance and care. And while they may live in pens and fields, farmers and ranchers are just as tied to the land. Our two species have worked together and taken care of each other for centuries. Our relationship is ancient and deep. The bond between us is not a yoke, it's a commitment. A 10,000-year-old promise to provide for our cattle as they provide for us.
Senior Showmanship Class 2, please come line up. Senior Showmanship Class 2, please come line up.
we'll get out here in our first heat in senior showmanship. We pulled 5 back. We'll bring them back and pick a champion senior showmanship here in a minute. I think all the young ladies on the line do a really nice job. Maybe just some hand placement things we could work on. Let's get in front of those goats and make them drive to you. Don't just stay on the side of them. Just a little nitpicky thing for me. Let's get the most out of them as we can. Thought these 5 young ladies did the most consistent job, in my opinion. Let's give everyone in the senior showmanship class 1 a nice round of applause. We'll restart everything.
Coming back for the senior grand drive will be Ellie Thompson, Courtney Burton, Brooklyn Rhodes, Brinley Rhodes, and Anna Hales. And we're ready to have senior goat showmanship class 2. This class consists of Kaiden Cephalo, Haley Branch, Ethan Thornley, Rustin Thornley, Bryett Larson, Brinley Baldwin, Reed Burgess, Brooklyn Bishop, Shelby Hinkle, and Caitlin Pugsley. We just want to take a second to recognize and thank our Market Goat sponsors. We couldn't have as many buckles, banners, and ribbons as we have without all of our wonderful sponsors. Our sponsors this year are Jessica Adams, Melissa Branch, Quarter Circle 2 Livestock, Dee's Mobile Mechanic, Val and Jeanette Skidmore, McFarland Photography, Schaefer Goat Ranch, G Hanging S Livestock, Double S Show Goats, Joe Summers, Braden, Allie, and Briley Huggins, Munn's family, Doug and Susie Lish, and Mark and Alicia Porritt. Let's give our sponsors a big round of applause as a thank you.
our second heat of senior showmanship. I think all these kiddos do a nice job. Just some nitpicky things here and there. Some advice for the intermediates and juniors coming. Let's get these goats over here. Let's get them stuck in the ground and try not to mess with them very much, okay? And we go in the handle. Let's get them to push and fire. I thought these 5 kiddos on the wall over here do the most consistent job and the nicest job. Let's congratulate all these kiddos on a job well done. We'll get you a champion senior showman here in a second.
We're now going to bring in both of our top sets of our senior showmen for our Grand Drive senior showmanship. Our top 10 senior showmen in the ring right now are Ellie Thompson, Courtney Burton, Brooklyn Rhodes, Brinley Rhodes, Anna Hales, Haley Branch, Rustin Thornley, Bryett Larson, Brinley Baldwin, and Brooklyn Bishop. If you are an intermediate goat showmanship class 1, please be lining up. Intermediate goat showmanship class 1.
we get out here in our senior showmanship, and I'll be honest with you, it was never a decision which two were going to be first and second. It was where we were going to be third through fourth. Two young ladies up top that lead this thing off, they kind of smoke this thing. It's not really close. If I was in charge of their ag teacher, extension agent, or their parents that helped them buy their animals, I'd wear a pickup out trying to figure out where the best ones they could feed, because I wouldn't worry about them showing, because they do an awesome job. Nitpicky things. Young lady up front never misses a stride. She knows where I'm at all times. She always gives herself room. Every now and then that goat wants to roll his top line up just a little bit, but after that I can't find a major hole in with that young lady. She's here to win, and I think she's the most competitive. I get the most consistent looks out of that one. We'll congratulate her. She's an awfully good one. Young lady in second, I think she does another nice job. Every now and then this goat wants to just stick his front feet out just a little too far. That's what gets her beat. Every now and then he wants to slow down when we're in motion. That gets her beat. But after that, she's dang good. Let's congratulate her. As a job well done. She'll be reserved. Three, I think number 3 does a really good job. This young lady, from the show to showmanship, she always has that goat stuck in the ground. She always does a really nice job. When we're in motion, she loses me every now and then. She loses me and she runs up just a little too close to the person in front of her. We got to space out just a little bit. Nitpicky thing. I thought you do a nice job, though, young lady. Congratulations to you. Young lady in 4, I thought you were going to be in the top 2 in showmanship. In the show, we get him out here. We start comparing him. Every now and then that goat just kind of being a knucklehead. He wants to pull back on you just a little bit. I don't get the most consistent looks out of that one as I do the 3 young ladies above you, but you do a nice job. My compliments to these young kiddos on down the line. Thought these young ladies were the 4 consecutive, and they were the best in my eyes. Let's give all our senior showmanship a nice round of applause.
Congratulations to your top 10 senior showmanship. 10th place, Brooklyn Bishop. 9th place, Ellie Thompson. 8th place, Rustin Thornley. 7th place, Bryant Larson. 6th place, Anna Hales. 5th place, Brooklyn Rhodes. 4th place, Brinley Baldwin. 3rd place, Brinley Rhodes. 2nd place, Courtney Burton. 1st place, Haley Branch. We are now ready to bring in our intermediate goat showmanship class 1. Class 1 consists of Gemma Marble, Bella Marble, Brigham Rowley, Riley Topham, Turner Thompson, Waylon Porritt, Wyatt Hawks, Oakley Burton, Bryson Rhodes, and Blakely Munns. If you are in intermediate goat showmanship class 2, please be lining up intermediate goat class showmanship class 2.
a very competitive heat in our intermediate showmanship class 1. I think his kiddo's on the wall. I think we do a nice job doing the fundamentals. I think just some nitpicky things here and there. Sometimes we hold their heads just a little too hard and they don't want to the goats just don't want to relax out here, or we stretch their necks out just a little too far. We got to lay them back on top of their bodies so we can get the best look out of them. I think these young 5 kiddos do a more consistent job of doing the little things right. I think we passed the fundamental stage. I think these young kiddos do a more collective job. Let's give everyone intermediate showmanship class 1 a nice round of applause. We'll bring in class 2.
Congratulations to the top 5 coming back from Class 1. They will be Turner Thompson, Wyatt Hawks, Oakley Burton, Bryson Rhodes, and Blakely Munns. We are now ready to bring in Intermediate Class 2. Our Intermediate Class 2 consists of Bradley Munns, Cooper Branch, Meadow Thornley, McCarty Larson, Lacey John, Jace Burgess, London Bishop, Chloe Capner, Briley Howe, Kadri Reese, London Pressler, Josh Pugsley, Kate Schaefer, and Abigail Lutz.
we're going to keep 6 in this particular intermediate showmanship heat. I think these 6 kiddos over here on the wall do a really, really good job. It's going to be highly fun and awesome to work through the intermediate showmanship division here in a second. Some nitpicky things about this group. I think every now and then when we turn the corner over there, we kind of lose me. Guys, it's the same as what we're in the show. We haven't really changed it. When the first one turns, let's all go. Let's all get going. Let's all kick them in gear. Don't wait on the judge. Don't wait on anything. Just some nitpicky things here and there. This group over here is highly talented. I'm excited to work back through them here in a second. Nice job, intermediate class 2. Let's give them a nice round of applause.
Congratulations to our Class 2 top 6. Coming back for the champion drive will be Cooper Branch, London Bishop, Chloe Kapner, Briley Howe, Kate Schaefer, and Abigail Lutz. All right, we are ready for our intermediate showmanship grand drive. We have Turner Thompson, Wyatt Hawks, Oakley Burton, Bryson Rhodes, Blakely Munns, Cooper Branch, London Bishop, Chloe Kapner, Briley Howe, Kate Schaefer, and Abigail Lutz. Junior class number 1, please be lining up at the gate. Junior class number 1. Thank you.
Well, that was kind of fun. So my cousins and I back at home, we have a little deal. During showmanship, I don't help them. All I do is sit up here and observe, and I give them a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If they got a thumbs down, they got to fix something. It could be like recircle and bring them back next time, or you got a foot off. So I think showmanship is definitely one at home, and they get yelled at quite a bit. I'll be honest with you. They probably don't like me. They're probably happy I'm gone for a week, so they don't get yelled at this week. But I think all three of these youngsters on the top line, they get thumbs up from me all the way through, and it gets nitpicky. It gets nitpicky, and we switch goats because I think the real showmen are the ones that you can give them a pig, a steer, or a sheep, and they can show them. Or you can give them one that's never been worked with, they can show them. That's what makes elite showmen. I think there's one out here that I'd be pretty fired up to go buy animals for, knowing that she could get them stuck and get them put in the ground, and I wouldn't have to worry much about it. Congratulate that young lady up front. She's your champion intermediate showmanship. Young man, I think you do an awesome job, buddy. You're 2 in my eyes today, okay? I think you do a really good job. Every now and then, that goat wants to lean forward just a little bit on you. Those back legs get just a little bit off, in my opinion. Every now and then, nitpicky thing, you're in second. Young lady, you show your goat as good as anybody. We switch goats. I don't know if you got the luck of their bad luck and got one that was a little green broke or whatever, but we switched goats. You did the third best job, in my opinion. We switched goats. These two did a more consistent job. If it's just showing your goat, you win. We're good. Today, you're going to be third. On down the line, I thought we did some nice things. I thought we do a really good job. I don't like critiquing kids. I don't think it's really much fun, in my opinion. So let's all congratulate them on a job well done. These 3 kiddos are awfully good.
Congratulations to all of our intermediate goat showmen. 11th place, Bryson Rhodes. 10th place, Turner Thompson. 9th place, Chloe Kapner. 8th place, Blakely Munns. 7th place, London Bishop. 6th place, Abigail Lutz. 5th place, Oakley Burton. 4th place, Wyatt Hawks. 3rd place, Kate Schaefer. 2nd place, Cooper Branch. And 1st place, Briley Howe. We're ready to bring in Junior Class 1. Junior Class 1 consists of Emery Hobbs, Gus Munns, Marie Thompson, Jackson Worthen, Braxton Richens, Jackson Norris, Kaylin Scott, Jandy Cephalo, Madison Branch, Autumn Thornley, and Drew King. Junior Showmanship Class 2, please be lining up at the gate. Junior Class 2. All right, we're also bringing in Junior Class 2. It will consist of Taya Burgess, Hallie John, Maisie Fonsbeck, Capri Kapner, Haven Rhodes, Emmy Howe, Crimson Reese, Kimmy King, Lily Pugsley, Logan Pressler, Avery Kimber, Skylie Montgomery, Cooper Balls, and Lizzie Firth. This is both Class 1 and Class 2 of Junior Showmanship. Class 1 and Class 2. Again, we are bringing in both of the classes for Junior Showmanship, Class 1 and Class 2 for Junior Showmanship. If you were in junior class 1 or junior class 2, please make your way to the show ring. Juniors classes 1 and 2. We are combining both classes. Surprise. I just want to take a second to thank our judge, Preston Lawrence, for coming out. We really appreciate having such high-quality judges come to our county fair, so let's give him a round of applause.
Alrighty, so we combined the junior showmanship into one big class. So much fun. I figured all of them were tired and they were ready to get on with the day, so we'll just put them all together. These 8 individuals down here to the far left, we're going to resort them and put them in an appropriate order. I think all the rest of the kiddos do a really nice job, and I think there's just some things that maybe as we go on, as the jackpot and state fair season kind of rounds down, I encourage everyone to go watch the senior showmanship anytime you can. I'll be honest, sometimes I don't let my cousins do showmanship. I make them sit in the stands so they can watch, and I think that gives you a better perspective on the mistakes that you make if you watch someone else and learn from someone else's mistakes. I think that's really good. I encourage all the kiddos on down the line, whether you're first in the junior showmanship or you had a rough day in the junior showmanship, that's okay. We're all getting better. We all have to start somewhere, and you can look back and about 10 years after your show career is over, you can say, man, I really stunk when I was a young kid showing. Now I'm really dang good. So I think that's all kinds of fun when we can look back and get better and prepare, and I think that goes for everyone. A nice class of junior showmanship. Let's give all the kiddos on down here a nice round of applause. We'll resort these top 8. Well, lots of fun in the junior showmanship. I I think the two young ladies that lead off, I think they do so, and they do so fairly quickly in my eyes. I pulled them real fast when we get started. Young lady in third, I pulled her at the very end to see if I could mess with her confidence, and I didn't get her down. I appreciate it. I knew where I was going to kind of land when we get them all back out here. Young lady up front just does the most consistent job. That goat's legs are always stuck pretty close in the right spot. That goat's top line doesn't want to come together just really good for her, but I think she does a nice job getting everything out of that guy in the show. And then we get out here in showmanship. I give the most consistent touch in on the handle. When I step in to handle that guy, hand placement's really good. I think she does a nice job. The one in second's making me look kind of stupid with a showing like that, but I think other than that, I like that young lady's showmanship. I think she does a nice job. I caught her a couple times getting that back leg out just a little too much for me. When I go in to handle, I don't know if it's the goat, but she doesn't want to just get that thing to just a fire like I want him to. He just gets a little plainer in his shape like we talked about, but I think in showmanship that just gets him beat because he wants to just get a little forward in the way his neck comes. She doesn't get his neck back on top of him. Young lady in third, I think you do a nice job with this goat. It's really tough kind of to show this goat, and I commend you for your effort at home because he wants to sink down just a little bit, and you got to kind of get up underneath him. I think if you just get up underneath him in front of him a little more and squat down, he'll drive up to you. You can make that one balance just a little bit better. Nitpicky things on you that get you beat today. Incredible junior showmanship. Let's give all the kiddos a nice round of applause. These are the top three in my opinion.
Congratulations to all of our goat showman juniors. 10th place, Madison Branch. 9th place, Drew King. 8th place, Crimson Reese. 7th place, Lindsay Firth. 6th place, Kimmy King. 5th place, Haley John. 4th place, Marie Thompson. 3rd place, Skylie Montgomery. 2nd place, Emmy Howe. And 1st place, Haven Rhodes. Let's give all of our goat showmen another round of applause, and thank you for coming out for the 2021 Market Goat Show.